Hello everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about the polymerase chain reaction. The polymerase chain reaction is a molecular biology techniques used to amplify the single or a few copies of a piece of DNA up to several orders of magnitude of a particular DNA sequence. And its principle, it is going to use as the DNA polymerase, and it is nothing but the in vitro replication of specific DNA sequences. And here, the polymerase chain reaction, it is nothing but the similar to the process of the replication which is going to happen inside the cells. And here in this technique, the specific DNA segment or the strand will be amplified by using the DNA polymerase, and it is an essential technique in cellular and molecular biology. And here, the polymerase chain reaction was first envisaged in the 1984 by Carey Mullis, and here for which he received Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1993. In the original description of the PCR method, the Clino DNA polymerase was used, and here because of the heat denaturation step, because in the PCR heat denaturation step is there, and here due to this case, the Clino fragment DNA polymerase will be denatured, and here for this purpose, the fresh enzyme had to be added during the each cycle. Later, a breakthrough came with the introduction of heat-resistant Taq DNA polymerase from the thermophilic bacterium Thermophilus aquaticus. And here, this organism or the bacteria was isolated by mushroom springs of Yellowstone National Park, and here it was isolated by Thomas Brook. And here this enzyme, it is nothing but the Taq DNA polymerase. It is a heat resistant. So and here it need not be added during the each cycle. And here the polymerase chain reaction, here it is going to targets and amplifies specific region of DNA strand, and here it is an in vitro technique uses DNA polymerase, DNTPs and oligonucleotide primers to generate the large quantities of a specified DNA sequence. And here the oligonucleotide serves as a replication primers that can be extended by a DNA polymerase. And here this technique, it requires the knowledge of the target DNA sequence. So here by using the this information, two oligonucleotide primers, it can be designed and it can be synthesized. And here these two oligonucleotide primers, they should be complementary to the target DNA sequences. And here these primers, they will be specifically bind to the target DNA. And here after the binding, so here the specific target DNA, it can be amplified or it can be synthesized by using the DNA polymerase. And here now we are going to discuss about the components of PCR. And here under this one, the first one is nothing but the Taq DNA polymerase. And here we need to add around 0.5 to 2.5 unit per standard 25 to 50 microliter of the reaction is used. And here the next component is nothing but the template DNA. And here if you are using the genomic DNA mean, so here you need to add around 0.1 to 1 microgram of the genomic DNA. And here if you are using the plasmid DNA means, you need to add around 1 picogram to 10 nanogram of the plasmid DNA. So here the one more component is nothing but the DNTPs. So here we need to add the all the four DNTPs. So here we need to add around 200 to 250 micromoles of the each DNTPs. And then next component is nothing but a pair of oligonucleotide primers. And here which includes the both the forward and the reverse primers. We need to add around the 0.1 to 0.5 micromole of the each primer. And then next component is nothing but the 1.5 millimolar of the magnesium chloride. It is important because the magnesium ions are going to act as the cofactor for the enzymatic activity of the Taq DNA polymerase. And here for this purpose we need to add 1.5 millimolar of the magnesium chloride. And here the next component is nothing but the buffer, which includes 10 millimolar of trisacil of pH 8.3 to 8.8. These are the components of the PCR. So now we are going to discuss about the steps involved in the PCR. And here the PCR is an iterative process, and here essentially it is having the three stages. The first stage is nothing but the denaturation, where the template DNA will be denatured into single stranded by using the heat. The second stage is nothing but the annealing, where the oligonucleotide primers will be specifically bind to the specific target DNA sequence. And here the next step is nothing but the extension. Extension is nothing but the after the binding of the primers. So here the thermostable DNA polymerase, it is going to add the DNTP is complementary to the target DNA sequence. And here these are the three steps of the PCR, which includes denaturation, annealing, and the extension. So here these three steps are repeated several cycles up to 25 to 30 cycles in the PCR. So here these are the essential three steps of the PCR. And here in this case we can see the steps of the PCR, which includes the denaturation, which is going to held around 94 to 95 degrees Celsius, where the double stranded DNA will be denatured into single stranded. Okay, so here it is followed by the annealing, where the temperature is held in the range of around the temperature 50 degrees Celsius to the 60 degrees Celsius, where the primers will be specifically bind to the specific target DNA sequence. And it is followed by the next stage is nothing but the annealing. In the annealing, after the binding of the primers, the DNA polymerase will be keeps on adding the DNTPs complementary to the DNA sequence of the target DNA. Okay, so here these are the three steps of the PCR. And here now we are going to discuss about all these three steps. So here the first step is nothing but the denaturation. So here after the uh, uh, before these three cycles of the PCR, so here usually the reaction mixture will be heated to a temperature of around 94 to 95 degrees Celsius, so that the double strand DNA will be denatured into single strand DNA. So here in this process, it is going to disrupt the hydrogen bonds between the two strands. And here in this case, so here the reaction mixture will be held in the additional step, which is called as the initial denaturation. So here before the all these three cycle, the PCR will be held in the additional step, which is called as the initial denaturation. In the initial denaturation, the reaction mixture will be held at 94 to 95 degrees Celsius for a few minutes. So that here it is going to ensure the complete denaturation of the very long strands of the target DNA. So here to ensure that one, so here the additional step will be there, which is called as the initial denaturation, and here it is going to be carried out for the only one time. Okay, so here after the initial denaturation, the reaction mixture will be exposed to the next step, which is called as the denaturation. So here in this in the denaturation, the time duration of around 45 seconds to 1 minute is recommended for the routine amplification reaction in the template DNA, which is containing the GC content of around 55 percentage of the lesser percentage. So here yeah, up to this time, so here the reaction mixture will be incubated. Okay, and then next step is nothing but the annealing. So here in the annealing, the reaction mixture is lowered in the range of around 50 degrees Celsius to the 65 degrees Celsius, and it is going to held for 20 to 60 seconds. So in this step, so here the primers are going to anneal to the specific target DNA sequence. And here typically the annealing temperature is about 3 to 5 degrees Celsius below the TM of the primers used. So here the TM is nothing but the melting temperature of the DNA. So here the melting temperature is nothing but the temperature at which the half of the DNA will be denatured into single stranded. So here always you need to remember is what exactly the TM is nothing but the melting temperature, which is nothing but the temperature at which the half of the DNA strands will be denatured into single stranded. So here so here the primers are also the DNA. So that here these primers are also they will be hanged the TM. So here in this case you need to remember is so annealing temperature it should be 3 to 5 degrees Celsius below the TM of the primers used. Okay, so here in this case, you need to remember here is the stable DNA hydrogen bonds are formed between the primer and also the target DNA. So only whenever the primer sequence is specifically matches or complementary to the target DNA sequence. So here after the binding, the DNA polymerase it is going to extend the DNA synthesis. So here the annealing temperature is very crucial and critical for the success of the PCR, because if the annealing temperature is too high means, so here it is going to result into the poor annealing of the primers. So here the primers are going to bind to the target DNA very poorly. Okay, so if the annealing temperature is very low means, it is going to result into the non-specific binding of the primers. So here it is always best to optimize the annealing conditions by performing a series of trial PCRs at a temperature ranging from 2 degrees Celsius to the 10 degrees Celsius below the time of the primers used. Okay, so here it is always optimized to do the trial PCRs to optimize the annealing conditions, or else you can perform the touchdown PCR, where you can program the thermal cycler in such a way that you can try the PCR at the different annealing conditions, so that we can able to optimize the annealing condition by doing the touchdown PCR. Okay, so here the next step in I think about the extension. So here the extension step, it is going to occurs at 72 degrees Celsius for 30 to 55 seconds by adding the complementary DNTPs to the naive stand. So here in the extension, what will happen is, so here the primers which are binded, so here to which the DNA polymers will be comes and binds, and it is going to keeps on adding the DNTPs which are complementary to the target DNA. So here usually the optimal temperature for the DNA synthesis catalyzed by the Taq polymerase is nothing but the 72 degrees Celsius to the 78 degrees Celsius. So here the polymerization rate of Taq polymerase is around 2000 nucleotides per minute. So here the Taq polymerase, it can add the at a rate of 2000 nucleotides per minute. So here after all these three steps, the denaturation, annealing and the extension, so here these three steps are carried out for several cycles. So here after the several cycles of around 25 to 30 cycles, a last step is there, which is nothing but the final extension. So here in the final extension, the samples are usually incubated at 72 degrees Celsius for 5 to 15 minutes to fill in the protruding ends of newly synthesized PCR product. So here the final step is there, which is called as the final extension, where the reaction mixture is incubated at 72 degrees Celsius for 5 to 15 minutes to ensure the complete amplification of the PCR products. Okay. So here we need to remember in this case is number of cycles. So here the cycle of denaturation, annealing and also the extension, it is repeated for 25 to 30 times over a few hours in an automated process. So here it is supplemented with the two additional steps, which is nothing but the initial denaturation and the final extension. So here in the PCR condition, you need to remember is, so here how many steps are there. So here it will be having the initial denaturation, followed by the several cycles of denaturation, annealing and also extension, around 25 to 30 cycles, and here after this it will be having the last step, which is called as the final extensions extension. So here these are the steps of the PCR. So here in this case you can see the different steps of the PCR. So here in this case you need to remember is, so here in the PCR, so here the first step is nothing but the initial denaturation, which is going to held around 94 to 95 degrees Celsius for a few minutes to ensure that the complete denaturation of the long DNA strands. So here initial denaturation will be takes place for the only one time. Then it is going to the reaction mixture will be exposed to the three steps of the several cycles, which is nothing but the denaturation, annealing and the extension. So here in the denaturation, double stranded DNA will be denatured into the single stranded. Okay, and it is going to enter into the annealing. In the annealing, the primers will be specifically bind to the target DNA in the annealing temperature, and now it is going to enters into the one more step, which is called as the extension. In the extension, the Taq polymerase, which is going to extends or which is going to synthesize the new strands by adding the DNTPs to the primers, which is already bind to the target DNA sequence. Okay, so here after the all these three cycles, which is carried out for several cycles, so here it will be having the final step, which is called as the final extension, so which is going to held around 72 degree Celsius for a few minutes to ensure the complete amplification of the PCR product. Okay, thank you.